So it took probably about maybe a month and a half, and then it was all gone, $330,000, because that's how bad depression can be. I just didn't care. Yeah, it's a lot of money, and I like to think I have respect for money because I've worked hard my whole life, except when I was lifeguarding. That was not hard. But yeah, man. I mean, just to not care about having your future just set. You know, at one point I went to, I think Gary might have told me to do this. I went to a bank to get like a mutual fund or something like that. I'd be set up for the rest of my life. You know, those dark times probably would have never happened if I would have cared, but I didn't care. So the only thing that would get my mind off me and the depression, whatever, just hating life, was by clicking that button, gambling, drinking and gambling. And before you know it, it was all gone. And then you thought you had depression. Now you got a reason to be depressed, you know?
Man, it's crazy. And and again, I laughed hysterically, and it just feels so weird when you look back at it, knowing that you're having these issues. So you mentioned you got fired by Tom. I mean, so no one knows this is going on, right? I mean, like, how did they find out? Was there a day? I mean, I remember Artie literally fell asleep 8, 9 times and always had this great excuse. And finally they just said, man, this is not good. He couldn't make it through an Ice Cube interview or 50 Cent interview. But tell me a little bit about how the end came for you, because it just was, oh man, Casey's gone and they're not talking about him.
Yeah, the story that you hear all the time was that they found me, the story with the Bible. I don't know if you've heard about that one. I think I don't mention that in the book. Maybe, I don't know. I forgot. I admit a lot in the book. It's kind of like what people haven't heard on the air, because I don't talk about anything with it. The book is not anything about the show. I think I mentioned how much respect I have for Howard and how it led to making my mental state worse. But I could have been working at a bank and the same thing would have happened. Didn't matter. But the end came when I had been in a relationship that failed, and it was with somebody at work, and it shouldn't have been that way. And
who was it? Let's get into that.
Yeah, I probably don't want to say her name just because I don't know what she's got going on.
That's fine. I think I'll figure it out.
But it was somebody at work, and I shouldn't have been with. And you know, and everybody in the station kind of knew it after the first time, because they got suspended the first time.
Wait a minute, were you banging Robin? I'm just kidding.
No.
No,
you got to talk to Florentine about that.
I did, and he wouldn't talk about it. Just kidding.
Yeah. No. That's funny. That's when I actually had to tell Chiasano, that's what he said. He goes, "Are you with Robin?" Why does everybody think I'm with Robin? No, Robin's just always been a friend. We never had anything like that.
I was kidding.
But yeah. So anyway, regardless, I kind of had reached a certain point where there's no going back. When you get so low and you're really sick, and then you start putting alcohol and drugs on top of that, you know, I kept it together for as long as I could, but at the end, I just left work, and maybe I might have said some things that people might have taken the wrong way or something, and I wasn't showing up for a couple of days, so they were looking for me, and Tom actually came to my apartment and made the super come in and open the door, which I thought was I got pissed off about. And then they found me in my crazy knucklehead self with a Bible, and there was blood all over the place. Yeah. I don't know if you heard the story.
No, I have not.
Yeah, so this is in the past. This is like 2005. All right, this is a long time ago. I was not a Christian then. Bad example of a Christian now, but I am. I've changed a lot about that. But at the time, I was looking for someone to blame. So God was the one to blame. So I had desecrated the Bible in my own blood, which is crazy. I know. I was completely crazy. So Tom came in and he saw this. He saw the empty bottles. So they took me into the loony bin, and I was able to talk my way out of it. So I got out and went in the next day trying to get into work. And then Ronnie was there and he goes, Tom wants to see you. So I go into Tom's office and he says, you got to get your stuff. You're now suspended until you go to a substance abuse facility. You go to rehab and you pass these urine tests and HR and everything like that. So, yeah, so that's where that went.
Man, I had never heard that.
Yeah, I remember because Howard was so respectful. He never went on the air and talked about it.
Yeah.
When I was away, people would call and say, "Where's Casey?" And then the only time we ever referenced it was when I came back. I said I was, or they said, or Richard Christie said I was on a gaycation. That was a good one.
Yeah, Richard had some, it was just funny when Richard was doing all those songs.
Man, have you heard Sal and Richard's prank calls?
Not of late.
It's the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life, I think.
I did that when they were doing their swap shop stuff back in the day.
It's like Tradio.
Yeah, Tradio.
They got some stuff on YouTube, dude. It's so funny, man. Richard Christie and Sal are great guys, and so funny, man. I mean, wow. If people haven't seen that, go onto YouTube and type in Richard and Sal prank calls. You'll laugh your ass off. I guarantee it.
Yeah, it's amazing that they're still kicking around. So you still had issues after you left, but you sound like you finally kind of got it together. How long have you been good, clean, sober? I don't know if you are clean and sober, but I'm going to guess you are. Yeah. But how long has this been working for you?
I don't drink anymore. It's that's just something that was killing me. That's in the book. I had bled out a couple times, and I got some serious health issues now because of the damage that I did, and that's permanent. But as far as the mental illness and all that stuff, I'm never going to be perfect, or I'm always going to be slightly off. But by being positive, by being around positive people, by having Christ in my life, and by doing the right thing by people, that's about as best as I can get. So I'm just doing the best I can with what I have for as long as I can.
No, I mean, it's crazy, interesting story. I love it. I'm happy for you. And you've talked about the book. You've talked about the book a lot, and so I did want to ask. So just give me a little bit about what. How do you decide? I'm going to sit down. I don't know if you had a ghostwriter, if you actually put pen to paper, and just tell me a little bit about, getting those thoughts out there on paper. Yeah. So the book is called Simply Amazing, and I couldn't believe it that I don't have a big publisher in back of me. I mean, I have no publisher in back of me. That's another story. I won't go into it, but I actually got to number 15 on the Barnes & Noble top 100 bestseller list. In back of me was Stephen King and Justin Timberlake and Nelson DeMille, and Michelle Obama was number one. So I got a screenshot of that, and the book did really, really well. So right now I have the follow-up, which is Simply Amazing Women. But you asked me a question. It was how I got that together. The book is 10 of the most, or 11 of the most interesting people that I've interviewed on the air, just people that were amazing with their challenges. For instance, about Werner, I told you, who was the concentration camp survivor. Shannon Knight, who's a woman who was given 3 months to live. She had stage 4 cancer, and she beat that. There's another one about a guy who had no money except a good idea and a hard work ethic. His name is Tom Butts, and couldn't afford a cheeseburger at the dollar menu, but somehow, through his work ethic and perseverance, now has a multi-million-dollar
business. The story after story of all these amazing people and the challenges that they go through, which are not unlike anything that me or you go through. But they come out, and it's very inspirational. And what I do is I interview them. It's in an interview form, and I write an intro. It's kind of like my travels, meeting these people. And then the first chapter is me telling you what I've been up to since I left Howard, which is probably mostly about coming seconds away from death, from living with a condition that I have to now, living with the results of my actions, and just taking it day by day and trying to tell people that I don't know them, but there is something amazing in everybody. And your past doesn't define who you are, but it's what you make it. And a positive attitude and doing the right thing goes a real long way.
Yeah,